Hey guys, it's JackSparrow123 and welcome back to another episode of Monster Hunter World. In last episode, we made our character, got attacked by a giant lava monster, and now we're being told we gotta go hunt some Jagras. So, there are little missions, as you see on our little mini-map. There are people with yellow exclamation marks over their head. If we go and talk to them, like the cat, hey, welcome to the canteen, the best place for you to boost your hunt. You're from the 5th, right? Well, let me clue you into what the canteen is all about. Gains health, stamina, whatever, max gains. Go on and sit down over there at the counter, Scrawny. When you're ready to get your pre-hunt on, let me know. So this is a canteen. Last time we had someone explain it, but they didn't do a tutorial explanation. If we come here and sit at the canteen, we get to eat meals. Meals or food is something that you get from just the canteen. So pretty much what you do is you click pay with food, or pay for a meal with money, or whatever you want to pay for it with. And we get options here. These give us a little stat boosts. They help us out. So if we got the meat platter, we get attack up S, health up, and stamina. If we do this, we get defense up with nothing but stamina. As you play the game, you'll unlock more dishes to do. So it's pretty beneficial. We're going to do the meat platter, and it only costs 100. As you see. Perfection. So we get fed food. If we do different foods, there's different animations. But we'll see the animations as we go through the game. A new tutorial was added. So that was a canteen. We'll be going through these like when we require them. The next one I want to show off is right down here. He's on this big box. You see him right there? He is the merchant. Provision stockpile. Oh, nice weapon, buddy. I guess that means it's time to get hooked up with some supplies. We carry pretty much everything you need. So if you're ever short on anything, I'm your guy. But as much as I'd love to take all your zenny, it's still a good idea to gather as much as you can while out in the field. So what you need, buddy. I'm so bad at reading, but this is just part of what I do. So this guy sells the little, like, trinkets. Things we can use while on a hunt. We got binoculars, boomerang, trap tool, large bombs, potions. We're going to buy 2 box. And we're going to stock up on some potions. We already got some, so we'll just... Actually, we won't need potions. A stair jerky is incredibly helpful, but we don't need it quite yet. What I'll probably take is some trap tools, probably 5. The boomerang's a kind of fun weapon to use, but it's not actually that useful. We'll take... let's take 5 barrel bombs. And now we come over here to our little item box. Manage items. And let's take some more potions, some more antidotes. I always stock up to max on things. Take all of those. Take some of those. So we can have 10 bomb barrels things. The small bomb barrels. We can have up to 10 of them. We only need 5 for what we're doing today. But next person we gotta go to is back up here. We gotta talk to our little handler over here. The most annoying character in game. Okay, partner, time to get down to business. The guild teamed us up for a reason. From now on, you're my hunter and I'm your handler. I'm the bread and to your butter. Got it? The 5th Fleet's first mission is to survey the Jagras habitat. Then we gotta cull a certain number of them in order to secure the area. We can depart as soon as you sign up for the Jagras of the Ancient Forest quest. You ready? A wild and wondrous new world is waiting for us out there. Okay, so these are missions. We've got assigned, optional, investigation, events, and special assignments. I'll be explaining those as we come across them, but first off, we got our first assignment. This is pretty much our main story. So, we're ready to go. We just gotta wait for the preparing. Okay.
Alright, this is our first job. Let's do a quick review of quest rules. Rule number 1. Complete the objective to complete the quest. Easy, right? Each quest has an objective. You can't consider the quest done until you complete that objective. Our current objective is to eliminate a specified number of Jagras. Let's check the map. We ran into some Jagras on the way to base. The small monsters, remember? I think we saw them somewhere around here. Want to check it out? Rule number 2. Use the supply box. The Commission supplies us with a loadout of certain items for each quest. They're in the supply box over there. Have a look and decide what you should take along. Ready to go.
Okay, so like she said, this is a supply box. It's pretty much free items we can take before hunts. There is no problem without taking them, but if you do decide to take them, it's a nice little oomph. Got your supplies? Good, let's move. If you're ever feeling a little worn out, I didn't get to read that. So,
be careful.
There are buttons. It assigns you to default. I don't like the default. So we're going to come over here, options, controls. Where is it? Controller type. We want controller type 2 if I'm not. There we go. Okay. So this means I can press my little buttons over here. And I get to use items by hitting square when I'm ready. I also have my little slinger pod. We got our little insect. And this is our weapon. So, first thing I want to explain is this creature over here. It is an Aptonoth. Give me a second and I'll pull up my note. Okay, so Aptonoth. You can see my little mini screen thing. There's not too much about them. We can kill them to get... Yep. As you see... Now, as you see, the Aptonoths run away. They don't attack. Aptonoths are completely docile and passive creatures. Now, what we want from the Aptonoth is raw meat. As you see, we're already maxed out. But with raw meat, we can use that to either cook it in order to get, well done steaks and stuff. Or we can do this. We place it, and if there are carnivorous creatures, such as Jagras, the Great Jagras, Anjanath, and so on, they will come over and eat this meat. And if we gather some items, we can actually poison the meat. Now while we're at it, we've got herbs over here that allow us to, well, make potions. This is a fatality plant. Heals us, so on and so forth. Now, fun fact about the Aptonoth is they are hunted by other carnivorous creatures, such as in the Anjanath, Rathalos, and Great Jagras, as we will see when we run into them.
Gather honey and mix it with a potion to make mega potions.
Just like he said, if we just pick up honey, we create mega potions. And over here, if the game allows me, right over here is Red Pit. These are a type of slinger ammo. We can shoot them.
If you're clever, you can use the slinger to distract monsters.
As he said. we called these guys over.
Those are the monsters we're after.
Let's see how you hold up when you're on your own.
So, Jagras. I'm going to quickly forget to pull out my notes, because that's how smart I am. Jagras are a little annoying. They become a little difficult to kill if you're using a heavy weapon that has slow attacks.
Grab all the monster materials you can. You can use them at the smithy.
And just like that, we've killed 3 Jagras from the looks of it. I didn't read the amount, but we can harvest them to gain materials, like Sharp Claw, Jagras Scale, so on. Now, we didn't really want Slinger Torch, but it's fine. Let me quickly pull out my note. Jagras, members of the Great Jagras pack. These smaller monsters will flee upon seeing one of their own perish. They are also known for ambushing large monsters at a moment's notice. Now, the ambushing fact of the Jagras only comes into play when you knock a monster over. They will not attack if the monster is not knocked over. They will kind of just watch on as you fight. We've got little ores here that allow us to harvest. And if I ever need material, I will do it off cam. But in here is the Jagras' nest. These are flash bugs. If we activate it, the Jagras are blind and we get opportunities to fight better.
Use whatever you can.
This is my weapon's, what is it called again? A Kinsect. We can use them to gain buffs and abilities while fighting, but we don't really need that for this mission.
Dodge their attacks.
Yes.
You want to take hits like that head on.
Just like the handler says, we can dodge attacks by pressing S and rolling. But since these guys are blind, we don't really have any problems.
Okay, let's head home and report back to the old man.
Always after a hunt, remember the harvest, otherwise you kind of lose out on material. Now, you saw me place meat here earlier. Jagras will head towards that meat. They are kind of like scavengers. They take opportunity. They eat when they can. So after a mission, we gotta wait for this timer to go through. During that time, we've got pretty much opportunities to harvest monsters, gather material, and so on. Some people are actually able to kill monsters in the time it takes for them to have the timer go away. And these are the material we gathered at the end of the mission. Let's just take all, because why not? So, on the end screen you see the money we make, research points we make, our Palicos level, and our Palicos gadget level. We'll talk about those when they become more in-depth. But that was our first mission.
Good to see you.
Fine work today, taking down those Jagras. So there's no difference in their habitat, but their numbers are increasing. I see. It may be stating the obvious, but Jagras aren't the only danger lurking around these parts. We've also received reports of Kestodon herds getting out of hand. This must be all because Zoramegros made landfall. It's got everything wild up. So bad at reading. Well, it's going to be your job to quiet them down. We'd like you to investigate this Kestodon herd and call their numbers. I'm going along. Wouldn't want you to get hurt. You can now depart on quest with other players via online session. Turn on voice chat function. No, we don't really want that.
All right. Now that you've got some materials, why don't we head over to the smithy to see what you can do with them?
We aren't going to actually... Well, we've got to go to the smithy, sadly. I wish we could say we don't have to. But it seems like we need to. So these are login bonuses. They're just pretty much fun things we can do. Gives us free items and so on. Now, before we head over to the smithy, I want to quickly head into our room, where we have this cat, the housekeeper. Blah, blah, blah. Claim add-on bonuses. Now, when Iceborne came out, they did give players this early weapon upgrade material. We're going to accept this because it's pretty helpful. Everyone has access to it from what I understand. And we just leave the room from here.
All right. Now that you've got some materials, why don't we head over to the smithy to see what you can do with them?
She said that already. However, she is correct. Why don't we just quickly head over, see what we can do. Airship engineer. So fifth has arrived. Greetings, sir. I'm the airship engineer with the second fleet. I work on flying machines, airships, and what have you. I'm sure you're curious about why you haven't met a member of the third yet. That's because they've all been stranded for the years. It wasn't long after the scholar from the third landed before they insisted upon crossing the Great Ravine. So they got their ship converted into an airship and off they went. It was going well until just after they'd crossed the ravine, a flying monster attacked their airship and grounded them. Sure, they were reckless to go, but seeing as I'm the man who put them in the air, I can't help but feel partly responsible for it all. Ever since then, I've been working on making a better airship, one that we could use to go rescue them. But between the new world's nasty weather and the strong winds hurling down the ravine, it's been one failure after another. Still, you won't catch me calling it quits. So that was a little lore for those who care. We've got this woman here. She's the armory.
My.
There you go, newcomer. You look a lot more hunterly with a weapon on your back. This is the armory. We deal in ready-made weapons and armor. If you need a weapon ASAP, you don't have time to gather the materials, wear your ticket. So newcomer, care to have a look? As you see, we can purchase weapons and armor here. We should already have a defender set, but we don't really want to use defender armor, despite it being incredibly good. We'll stick to our little stuff over here, which only has 2 abilities, which is Hunger Resistance and Master Gatherer. We don't really care for that. We can buy weapons for each of the weapons here. We've got bone and iron. We're going to stick to iron because it's more durability. This is a smithy. Ah! Aha! Look who's back with materials. Step right up and welcome to the smithy. You'll be needing my services a lot. What I do for you is simple. Whenever you go out in the field and gather material, I turn those material into weapons and armor. Drop by whenever you find something new and interesting. Here, I'll give you some material as a welcome present. You can use them to upgrade your equipment. So what are we hammering together this time? So, if we come over here, we can upgrade equipment. I always like to do equipped items. This way it's easier for us to navigate through. But as you can see, we can select any one of these things. We're going to do our weapon first. As you can see, we have enough material to upgrade all the way up to here, which is Steel Blade. We aren't going to do so. We're just going to go, let's go just one upgrade. And if we look down here, there are different monster parts that we can gather. This is bone. We won't be using bone much in this playthrough, to be honest. Bone weapons have really low durability, which is why I don't really use them. Next up, we can upgrade our armor with armor spheres. As you see, 1 armor sphere, and our defense goes from 2 to 4. Pretty simplistic. We aren't going to be doing that because what we want to do is come over here. Yes, King. Yes, yes. We want to click armor. We can actually craft new armor. As you see, this is Jagras armor, or Hunters. And you see, it costs us some materials we got during our hunt to craft. This is bone armor, alloy armor, high metal, and blossom, which is the current event going on. To craft items, we need money. Or, yeah, we just need money. And the materials, of course. So each armor set has certain hopeful things about them. Skills, as you will. I just call them the Hobie Helpers. So we've got Scenthound, Barbecue Master, Stealth, Slinger Capacity, and Scout Fly Range Up. We don't really care for those. Honestly, the armor set that we're probably going to be using is Bone Armor. At least for early game. But that's besides the point. Next up we got Pendants. These are just little pretty trinkets we can attach to our weapons. We can also forge Palico Armor. Which this costs, I forgot what they're called. Points, pretty much. We don't have any points, so we can't craft any weapons or armor for our guy. We can also upgrade our Kinsect. Yes, yes, King. We are unable to nurture this Kinsect because it requires bone. But the other Kinsect we have, we can. We can go it to level 2, all the way up to level 3, from the looks of it. Are we going to do that? Probably not. We'll just use bone. Because bone has the ability to heal us. That's it for the smithy. We were pretty much completely set for our next mission, which is to hunt some Kestodon. So,
Hey there, partner.
let's get ready to go. Wait, I could have read that, but...
Pick up quests from the quest board, too. It lists the same quests that I've got, so don't worry about having to check 2 places.
Just like the handler said, we've got quests on quest boards. We'll probably be using those more than we use the handler.
We're on the hunt.
Let's head to the ancient forest to research those Kestodon. Those are the name of the points again. Those are research points. I knew it was something simplistic. Now, as you see, we've got optional quests here. That is because we have killed Jagras, we now have the option to hunt Jagras. We also have event quests. These are little missions that the game has every so often. They're pretty fun. As you see, there's a whole whack of them. They usually contain rare materials or limited time materials that allow us to craft unique weapons. We'll use materials from those games that we require. If you guys are curious about any, then just let me know. We can also use vouchers during missions, which vouchers pretty much double our reward. We won't be using those for this mission. Let's talk to Cat. Let's get another meat platter. Okay, let's depart.
Okay, our job is to cull a certain number of Kestodon. Recently, their numbers have been getting out of hand.
Want to get going?
Okay, so the Kestodon are pretty easy to find. We just head down here. A bit of a straight line.
Ah, there we are.
Okay, so here are Kestodons.
Let's see you take him out on your own.
So that big one is called a Kestodon male. He's very aggressive, territorial I should say. They leave you alone if you don't get too close. And they attack you if you get too close. Those are Kestodon female. They are actually kind of docile. They only attack you when the male attacks you. So, let's just kind of get this. Oh. Boop. So as you see, I've got a little area over here. If I attack it, I get healed. That's why we want to use this Kinsect. It allows us to heal pretty easily. And if you just kind of walk circles around the Kestodon, he kind of leaves you alone. Ooh. Where that little thing hits is where my Kinsect will gain abilities from. As you also see, I've got a little number 1 flashing. This means I've got a new moveset of attacks. It's a lot more powerful than the moveset I had originally. That right there was an Iceborne ability. DLC type attacks. And our little Kinsect only has so much stamina, so we can't expect to use him 24/7. But just like that, we can send him out. Have him attack things for us. And just kind of kill the enemies. Let's harvest our little stuffs.
Alright, let's look for another group.
As he says, we've got other groups we gotta get.
There are a lot bigger monsters lurking in this forest. The endemic life around here can come in handy during a hunt. Try to learn as much as you can about them. Be careful.
If you're lost, open your wildlife map, which is just by hitting select. As you see, these guys are running. You don't have to worry. They can't attack you, from what I understand, because I've never been attacked by them before. Even in the Stampede. What I'm doing here is sharpening my weapon. We don't want our weapon sharpness to go down into red, which is right after yellow. Let's just head down here and deal with these Kestodon. Jump. And if we do this, we can do 1 red, 1 orange, and now we've got 2 buffs. And 1 attack. That was a kind of special attack. It's DLC from Iceborne. I do not know if people without Iceborne can use the Iceborne's attack, but if I just kind of jump in the air, I can do this. And it's a bit of an AoE attack that's really helpful for clearing out monsters. As you saw earlier, it killed a bunch of them. Got a feeling about the one station. So let's just do this. And boop. That's 3 down for male. And we want to leave that female for just a second. Well, we got 1 minute to harvest stuff, so it should be fun. And as you see, we knocked her over. This means we get pretty much a free kill.
That wraps up our work here. Wait. Hey,
Let's
come here.
harvest a bone
I think I found
pile.
something. Over here.
Okay, now that we harvest everything, if I could move, which...
Here.
Check it out, looks like a Great Jagras track.
Look at those Kestodon. Something's up over there. Now!
Okay, that is a Great Jagras.
All right, partner. New assignment incoming. Take down that Great Jagras. If you're not ready, you can return to base and take on the Great Jagras quest later.
Wanna get going?
Just like she said, we don't have to kill the Great Jagras right now,
If you need
but we
to
might as well
friends
do
with
it
help,
sooner
go to
than
the
later.
menu And select SOS Flare to signal it. And you're going to need friends when you go up against some of the tougher monsters. In order for the scout flies to better track a target monster, we need to keep finding traces of it. Like footprints, for example. Good. You're turning up a lot of clues.
Just like the game is saying, we can grab tracks of the Great Jagras during hunt. Now, that was a Great Jagras. On the screen, it should show a little detailed thing I made of him. Things we can do with the Great Jagras are we can actually use lured food or meat that we drop on the ground to attract him. Another thing is the Great Jagras is known as the Thieves Wyvern. Thief Wyvern is a mystery to me, because he doesn't really steal anything. Now, if we successfully hunt 20, 30, 40, and 50 Great Jagras, we will gain titles. Great Jagras, Gluttonous, Gobbling, and Shaggy.
You've tracked the Great Jagras enough for the scout flies to lead us to it. You're less likely to lose sight of a monster if you use the focus camera.
So, we're pretty much free to hunt him. I'm just going and grab some material. And here is a situation where I will show you that you can use raw meat. So if we put this raw meat just right there.
Land your claw on a monster to grapple to it.
That is the clutch claw. A little advertisement. Let's just quickly grab some bone piles while we wait for him. Okay. So he should be going for that little meat. Maybe not. Either way. Free boulder attack. It's really important while on a hunt to use material around the map in order to help you in the hunt. That was a little heal. That was a grapple. So monsters drop slinger ammo while you're hunting. Pretty important to pick that up.
That's a piercing pot. Powerful slinger ammo. That's able to pierce the thick shell of monsters.
Let's hope our little insect gets what we want. Doesn't look like he is. Keeping an eye on that. There we go. Call him back. Now we got all 3 buffs. While that's going on, we can just let our insect do whatever it wants. Let's shoot it in the face. Now our little insect will attack while we can attack. Pretty important to do stuff like this during hunts. I don't know how that didn't hit me, but, you know, it's pretty beneficial. With a monster as small as this Great Jagras, pretty difficult to get some... Now, here's something else important. As the game just explained, we can do this. That is what I call a bonk. If we bonk monsters, we get a super good opportunity to attack. And there's a broken part. This is pretty much Monster Hunting 101. And
use the scout flies as a guide and they'll lead you right to them.
Exactly as the game says, we can follow our scout flies and the scout flies lead us to the monster.
Really mad now. Be ready for some vicious attacks.
Oh yeah. So the lower HP the monster gets, the more aggressive they become. It's a good indicator to know how much damage you've done to a monster and how close they are to dying. Another good thing you should do is get some research points while hunting. Just grab material while you're at it. Now, there is our target. And this is called a mount. If we just spam triangle, we get to pretty much get close to toppling him over. While we're at it, with the insect glaive, unique to other weapons, we can do damage while mounting, in the sense of jumping around.
Okay, it's down. Now's your chance to get in there and tear it up.
Now, while we're at this, we want to kill one of the Jagras, the normal guys, because they're going to be a pretty big problem in today's hunt. As you see on the little part of our screen, the Great Jagras has an eye that is glowing yellow. He also now has a little skull on his head. This means he is in capture range. Sadly, we didn't pick up any capture material while we were hunting or getting ready to hunt.
Hurry up before you get noticed.
As you see, my screen is flashing purple, or it was. That means that I'm hidden. As you see, thanks to being hidden, the little Jagras ran away. And let's do this. Insect Glaive is a very aerial weapon. However, the aerialness of the weapon is actually weaker than using the weapon normally. But, with that being said, the Insect Glaive is amazing for getting mounts. That's pretty much the best weapon for it. We head in the air, we do some damage, and like you saw, I got a mount. That was our Great Jagras hunt. Now what I wanted to do for that hunt was actually go grab some material before we killed the Jagras so that we could capture him first try. Sadly, that didn't go as planned.
I think we got a lead.
Maybe. Let's check it out. Hey. Well, you were right. There's our mark. Something's got him agitated. Look over there. What in the heck is that? I've never seen anything like it.
You think it's from Zora Magdaros?
I'd like to find out. But we better report back first. All right?
Okay, so that was our first hunt. Or first official hunt, I should say. As you see, it only took me 12 minutes. When you get later in the game, hunts like that will take you like 10 seconds flat. Welcome to the new world. Earn the right to take on 2-star assignments.
I see.
So you think you found something that'll lead us to Zora Magdaros? Well, I'd send some researchers out right now, but not with a pissed off Pookie Pookie hanging around. Pookie Pookie territory. That's pretty deep in the forest. Well, we'll be better equipped to take it on. Once our team from the research center is done rebuilding the forest camp, once it's ready, we make our move. Until then, we do everything we can to help them get that camp up and running. Let's get to it. Okay.
The camp is set up. You can go after that Puke Puke.
I wonder where the resource center is.
This is a resource center. We'll stop there for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please be sure to hit the like button and subscribe. We'll get the next video out as soon as possible. I'm JackSparrow123. I'll see you guys later. Bye!